Hi, my name's Nate Currey, and welcome to the film. This project is for an Intro to Transportation class, which is taught by Keith Bartholomew at the University of Utah. For my project, I decided to film with my friend Kira Larkin and her dog Holly at the Intermodal Hub here in Salt Lake City. Kira and I co-hosted a Jane's Walk earlier in the year where we explored the mobility challenges faced by those accessing the hub and some of the design challenges by those that are blind or in a chair or have other mobility challenges and what some of those things look like. And we decided to share that with you. The day that we went out filming a few weeks ago in December, it was snowy, it was a busy day. The new train to Provo, the line had just opened up, so there was a lot of people there, and it was exciting to be there. As you'll see in the film, we had an accident that's important for how this film has been shaped. The other thing that's challenging about a film like this is obviously my friend Kira can't watch this. And so in editing and making choices as far as how to present this, you'll hear me narrating a lot of what's going on. I tried to leave as much sound as possible from the day so you can experience that along with us. And really hopefully you'll think about the design challenges that we faced and that people face every single day trying to access our wonderful transit system here in Salt Lake and some of the improvements that need to be addressed. So enjoy the film. Meet my friend Kira Larkin and her dog Holly. Kira and Holly live around 3300 South on Redwood Road and use paratransit to get many places throughout the city. In order to utilize paratransit, Kira must make a reservation at least 24 hours in advance, where they will give her a 30-minute window of time frame when they will arrive to pick her up. This can be challenging when there's inclement weather or cold days like it was today. Each time Kira and Holly hop on to paratransit, it costs them $3.50. Today, Kira's destination is the Intermodal Hub to help with filming. There is always the possibility that the paratransit will need to make extra stops to pick other people up or drop other people off, as we found out as we were filming the paratransit van. The van lost us on California Avenue, so we took off as fast as we could to make it to the Intermodal Hub to film Kira and Holly's arrival. Paratransit always drops off with passengers in front of the building at the Intermodal Hub. Since Kira and Holly are experienced at the Intermodal Hub, they need little help regarding wayfinding. For those who cannot see or are unfamiliar with the hub, being dropped off of that location proves challenging. Our first destination was to access the bus stop. As you can see, Holly does a nice job knowing where to go, although occasionally stopping to say hello to strangers. One important aspect of the day was that it was snowing. It was overcast and there was no sun. Kira explains that being able to feel the sun and shadows is important in knowing where she is. Also, upon her arrival at the bus station, there were no buses running at the time, and sound is a very important component in being able to traverse the built environment for Kira. She asks a fellow waiting passenger if she's in the right place. As Kira's about to sit down, the other waiting passenger kindly lets her know that there's snow on the bench. From the bus stop, we follow Kira to the ticketing machine, where Kira shows us how difficult it is to use the machine itself.
There's no audio at all.
For those of you that can see, you'll notice on the touch screen ahead is press volume level and then OK, which Kira can't see and therefore cannot hear the instructions what to do next.
Go to the train. Remember that. No, you're good.
In the ticketing machine, we decided to move down to Front Runner. As you can see, it's a very busy day as the new Provo to Salt Lake Front Runner line has just opened up. Holly, the dog, does a nice job taking her down the sidewalk. But as she discovers a gap in the fence, it's mistaken as a step down. As we approach Front Runner, Holly, the dog, is trained to pause at the door so that Kira can feel with her feet if there's a gap. Unfortunately, this time, Holly did not do that. And Kira fell directly in between the train and the platform.
No! That was naughty.
As you can see, I threw down the camera and lifted Kira up out of the gap, thankful that she did not fall sideways, where she would have fallen completely down to the side of the train. In slow motion, you can see that her feet are small enough to fit in the gap between the train and the platform. I can only imagine what it's like walking without being able to see anything and stepping into nothing. Kira fell and wedged herself in between the train and the platform all the way up to her groin and upper thigh level, twisting her left ankle. Here are some still photographs of the gap that exists between the platform and the train. Even the 9 or 10 inches that exist is enough for her to have fallen through. Afterwards, we discussed the fact that Kira is with most of her other friends who are also disabled. They would not have been able to lift her up out of the gap. We also considered the idea that if she was at a less populated platform, like Bountiful or Layton, at a time of day when others may not have been around, Kira is small enough that the platform attendant may not have noticed she had fallen. And at best, Kira would have lost her leg if the train started moving. Being the trooper that she is, Kira touched base with Holly the dog, got after her, and we continued shooting the film.
I thought I was stuck between them, and I went, all I need is for the train to start moving.
Yeah, I know, right?
My leg will get cut off.
Okay.
You can see there are long distances between Front Runner and the track stations where the tracks trains pull in. The cement blocks to the right of the screen can provide great challenges for those that can't see, as they become somewhat of a slalom course.
Yeah, Kira, we're right in front of you, probably about 100 feet, so that's good.
Trying to figure out how to get through or around them.
Just don't move.
At the track station as the train approaches, Kira stands behind the yellow line because she can feel the difference in the surface of the platform. Smooth concrete versus the bumps as they go up into the train.
Okay, you're pretty much lined up right in front of the door, so...
I want to see if she can find it. Holly, find the door. Door? Yes.
On the new tracks train cars, as Kira goes to the left, step up
here,
to the
why don't we
seats.
come back here? There's this big step right there.
It's very difficult for her to access.
Yep, so come back.
This one's not leaving for 10 minutes.
You want to come back and sit over here to your left?
She was shaking after I fell.
Yeah.
She was really shaking. You could tell she was like, oh crap.
Yeah.
What did I do?
Well, she didn't mean. She's still learning, right?
Well, things like that she should be real aware of.
Here you go. Yep.
What is it, 10 minutes?
What are you looking for?
Well, I don't know where the buttons are in here, so
Well,
when I
there's-
know where I'm getting off, I'm gonna start looking.
There's some braille to your left up there. I don't know what that says, but
I'm gonna start looking right before.
Next station.
Let's see, this reserved for
Second stop.
seniors and a person with a disability.
but it does not tell you where
No, where the button is. No, something's sticking me in the middle of my shirt.
I'm really curious to see how that shot went when she fell. It scared me hell out.
Not reading Braille myself, when Kira read to us that it says reserved for seniors and persons with disabilities, it seemed fairly obvious. Seems like a missed opportunity to communicate with someone who can't see how to exit the train in a safe manner. As we arrived back at Salt Lake Central, we were all pretty shaken up by the events of the day, grateful that Kira had not been hurt worse, but also understanding that capturing her fall at Frontrunner on camera was part of the point of this project, to highlight design issues, design flaws that could be potentially dangerous or deadly to those who have mobility challenges as they try to access the multimodal system at the Intermodal Hub. Heartfelt thanks goes out to Kira Larkin and her pup Holly, and all of those who participated with us on the film this cold and snowy day in December.
Okay, then go off to your right, off into the sunset. Just keep walking. There she goes, our friend Kira and Holly.
oh, don't say it. Hi, on camera.